this is gonna be an interesting video for me and maybe an illuminating one, because I've actually hung with Rebecca a few times. She was even part of the crew that was so nice to me at this year's VidCon because I went alone. Somehow I just always find myself in the midst of all the YouTube animators, and yet I feel awful. I'm an awful friend slash acquaintance because I've watched almost none of their videos. I started changing that a little bit when I did a video on The Odd Ones Out, and then I realized I did one on Haminations, who I actually had never met at the time, although I did meet him at VidCon. He was part of the crew that was hanging around. But it's time to check another person off my list of videos channels I need to, Jesus Christ. Did the spirit of it make sense? Before we start, I thought I'd I don't know what's wrong with me, okay? But I do know what's right with me, and that's that I have a Patreon, which you should check out. And go join my Discord and follow me on Instagram. See, here's the thing, okay? I lose my power. That's what happens because you aren't following me on Instagram. Because you're not on my Discord. I lose my mental power and I struggle to speak, okay? So if you want Matthew to be able to speak, is that enough of a guilt trip?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I thought I'd just go with the most popular video to start. It's called My School Dress Codes. Now, I went to a private school, so I know all about dress codes. I was even told that I had to wear a tie sometimes in summer. Hated it. Awful.
Ew.
Yeah. It was literally one of those schools where I'd wear like a tie and blazer and like, you know, the proper pants. As opposed to fake pants. Why am I talking about that? Dress codes. It's relevant. Okay, Felicity, get off my back.
I remember at my school, our vice principal...
Sorry, did I ask?
Did I ask you?
This is my channel.
Say guys.
No. What, go on. Tell us about
No, why is the mic?
Tell us about it.
Hey guys.
ASMR.
No, I remember one time. No, not even one time. My vice principal would go around like checking people's socks. So he was just, to check their sock length. And if you had like socks that were too short, you'd get in trouble. So he just like look at everyone's socks.
Are you absolutely sure he didn't just like feet?
No!
Well, I guess not even feet. Ankles.
We couldn't show our ankles, basically. He was like, no, you have to be long enough.
Right, he's anti-ankle.
Yeah. He wanted to get rid of all of our ankles.
Is the ankle part of the foot? Or
Yeah? Well, it's like
what do you mean it's
it's like the joint.
Yeah.
So would you say it's
I
like
don't-
if you cut someone's foot off, would you cut their ankle off?
I mean, yeah, probably that's true. You might, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Case closed. Yeah, my dress code was we weren't allowed to have feet.
Yeah.
It was, you know, real tough time. Anyway, Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I just rambled for like 3 minutes.
Hey, what's that like? That's...
I know how you feel.
Here's a tip for all of you in middle school and high school right now. You know that anxious feeling that you get all the time that everyone is watching you and secretly judging and scrutinizing every little thing about you? Like if you walk by the cool kids and they start laughing and you automatically assume that they're laughing at you.
I wonder if she is going to talk about socks. I mean, none of this was about socks, but she was talking about how, oh, you know the feeling of everyone scrutinizing every little thing that you're doing, yeah? Like socks, man. I did once get in trouble because I wore white socks instead of black socks because they were in the wash, and I was like, well, it's better to wear some socks than no socks. Wrong. I think I would have not gotten in trouble if I just went sockless because they would have just assumed I was wearing anklets.
And you are allowed to wear those.
Yeah, but I wore white socks, and they were like, I literally had a note in my little like diary thing that my parent had to sign, and they were like, why the f*** do I give a shit that you wore white socks? I think like a solid 2 minutes of this video has just been about socks.
Yeah, that has a name in psychology. It's called the imaginary audience.
Oh.
It's subconsciously believing every mistake you make in every...
That's something I do literally all the time.
Well, I've got some consolation for you. You ain't alone. Most everyone in your school is dealing with those thoughts.
Oh, first off, that's a really cute sentiment. I'm glad that like she's addressing this. But I just saw the Cutie Pie shirt, and I love it. I want it. Give me it now.
And that anxiety from person to person is going to be expressed in a plethora of different ways, including negative ways like bullying.
What, it's like a preemptive strike sort of thing?
Wake up, the Matrix has you.
See, it's weird for me sometimes though, because yes, absolutely I do that all the time and I assume people are thinking and talking about things that of course they aren't. But then I make videos, I do things, you'll watch me, and then yeah, literally everything that I do, people are like, huh? We're gonna clip that. We're gonna save that forever in the cache of embarrassing match, which is, it's so big now. It's just terabytes of embarrassing stuff of me. So that hasn't really helped me in my everyday life to think, oh, people don't notice these things because you motherfuckers do all the time. No lowrider I mean, yeah, this is pretty much a list of my, no scuba gear or ball gear. Who would want to rock up in ball, no hats? Hello?
No capes!
But no capes. but hats were mandatory for some day.
No
like,
hat, no play.
yeah. Like if you were outside without a hat, oh, banned. Straight to jail.
So one of the hard facts about school and about life in general is dress codes. Yeah, it doesn't stop after high school, explainers. People are always telling you what to wear.
For real.
Jobs, at restaurants, passing by on the street. I wouldn't be wearing shorts if I had your legs, sweetie.
Bro.
Okay, well, your judgment of others is a manifestation of your crippling disappointment in how your life is turning out. Sweetie.
Absolutely 8. I mean, I don't have any sympathy. It's fine. If people just shit you on the street like that, tear them down a peg. I don't care. Make them want to run home in tears. Make them feel like a 5-year-old baby, because that's what they are, okay? That's my pep talk to you. Anyone talks shit, you let me know. I'll come rip apart their psyche with my words. I'm defensive of you, okay? Ultimately, that's what it is. My imaginary audience, you, I really like my imaginary friends. And if anyone talks shit about them, whoa, I don't want to talk shit about them. I'm concerned for myself, man. What the f am I talking about? You're meant to tell me to stop. Do you exist?
When I was but a middle schooler, I went to a private preparatory school that made us wear uniforms. I don't know why I said that in a British accent.
I realized that at the start of this, I said, oh, yeah, I went to a fussy little private school. I was a private school boy, and that's why I wore a uniform. But I feel like this is where the experience differs a lot from Australia to America, because pretty much everybody, all public schools in Australia have uniforms. And they're very similar. I said blazers and tie like it was a unique thing. I'm pretty sure every public school pretty much does that. Maybe not to as strict a degree, but button-up shirts, pants or specific school shorts, hats. It's all branded, all uniform. And it's wild to me to see in movies, characters just rock up in whatever the hell they want to school. But that's just the reality. I love it. I want it. I would prefer that, but I'm realizing now it might be an equalizing thing, because then you might just have really rich kids rocking up in crazy nice clothes and poor kids not being able to afford stuff that isn't clearly tattered or old. And therefore, if everyone wears the same thing, you can't make fun of people for what they wear because you're all wearing the same thing. Did I just have that realization now all this time after leaving school?
They cared very much what color your socks were and if your skirt was below the knees.
They're talking about sock color though. So, that's me. I'm in trouble. And skirt length. That was a thing. I also went to a Catholic school, so it was not just you don't look presentable. They were sluts. Only fucking whores wear skirts above the knee. You're showing your knee. Ugh. You might as well be jumping on every random dick down the street, huh? Literally. Multiple times they would pull people up and be like, is that really what you want to do? Are those the values that we're teaching you? I'm like, bro, they just shimmied their skirt up a little bit, get over it.
My school didn't have that. They didn't care how short your skirt was, but you needed long enough socks.
They didn't care how long,
you could see people's asses sometimes. They didn't care.
But you have them ankles out, damn bitch. Maybe they were trying to encourage socks so long that they compensated. That's why. See, we can't stop people from hiking up their skirts, but we can hide a bit more. with some long ass socks. Ass socks. Stockings. That's just stockings.
Yeah.
That's something that I remember the girls at that school complained a lot about, is that their skirts were just too long. They're so long I can't think straight.
I can imagine it would be annoying, right?
I'm all for personal expression, but that school didn't let us wear leggings in the winter under our skirts unless it was below freezing.
What?
If you want even less protection from the elements, then go right ahead. I'll be over here in the thermal tent that I wear around my waist.
They didn't let her wear stockings or leggings underneath her skirts unless it was freezing. Like, I'm trying to think of the logic, because they wanted the skirts to be long enough to make sure they covered the knees. But if you wanted to cover up even more, they were like, no. Don't hide the calves. Is that, like, I don't understand. What's the logic? I mean, a lot of school dress codes just make no sense anyway, and are definitely unfairly enforced across, like, genders, man. Like, I remember constantly seeing girls be pulled up for the most annoying, menial stuff. I mean, I say that like I wasn't pulled up for my socks, but they'd be like, a presentable girl needs to have their little, like, bow tie thing tied in a perfect loop. That one's lopsided. Not presentable. Or, like, or a bra strap would be showing. They're like, oh, no. Are you trying to seduce the kids? Like,
I'm not gonna say that uniforms are an inherently bad thing. Some people like not having to think about what they wear in the morning, but I am not one of those people.
I wouldn't have minded if, like, you were allowed to accessorize.
Just look at this cartoon wardrobe. Eat your heart out, Minnie Mouse.
That's so cute that she has all those different ones ready. I never really thought about that as far as animation goes. Like, I mean, obviously I knew people had different designs, but that she would have to sit down and decide what her character was gonna wear every video, unless you just go like the odd ones out route and just nudie, you know, naked.
So you can be sure that I was happy to be rid of that school uniform when I started public high school. I didn't have non-uniform outfits, so my mom and I went out and
the cutie pie shirt again. She said that she was glad when she got to public school because she didn't have to wear the uniform. I'm like, this just doesn't compute for me. I mean, again, I get it, but I can't think of a single school in Australia that doesn't have uniforms. Like, every school I've ever heard of has uniforms.
And for my freshman year, there wasn't anything too special about this school's dress code. Just the usual fare, the stuff you'd expect. No mini skirts or mids.
That's Adam.
No multicolored hair that looks like you took a highlighter to your head.
Yeah, they said unnatural hair color. I've also never really understood that, and I feel like that's kind of fading out. I see a lot of people that dye their hair for school now. Like, it's just like such menial stuff that I'm like, why does this impact anything? Oh no, people can't focus in the classroom because I have bright blue hair. I don't think that person was going to focus anyway. Maybe they need their ADHD assessment. I speak from experience. You've had a fair amount of experience with me and seeing me work and stuff. The irony of me, I had a sentence I was going to say, like, I had a thought. I was going to get you to make a joke about me having ADHD. And I've completely fucking blanked. I'll remember like 5 minutes later and then be like, oh yeah! Wait, I also just realized, is that Cypher? That looks like Cypher then.
It all felt very reasonable, especially having just left a school that gave you detention if your shoelaces weren't the same color as your shoe.
Bro, for real. She said, especially having just left a school that gave you detention if your shoelaces didn't match the color of your shoe. But legitimately, I did get detention once or twice for my uniform, because they did like these uniform warning things in the diary. And like, if you got 3 of the warnings, you get like a detention thing, like a recess detention or something like that. And then literally, theoretically, you could get suspended and expelled for uniform violations, because it'd be something like 3 uniform violations, and you have like a recess detention, more you get a lunch detention, then an afternoon detention. You have multiple afternoon detentions, you end up getting a suspension. You get multiple suspensions, you end up getting expulsion. So it's like, you could theoretically, if you just always ignored the uniform rules, get expelled. Crazy.
I don't even know what happened. Someone at that school must have royally screwed up, because suddenly the staff decided that they needed to ban all clothing with pictures and words on it.
Wow. Well, that, what, so you just...
Ban!
I liked all the Easter eggs, because that's from the Astuff movie, but isn't... That's like most clothes. What's the point then? Just have a goddamn uniform. And yet, words. So if they have a design, like you just have a hoodie that says Supreme, no. Not allowed. Violation.
Banned. Got a sweater with musical instruments on it? Banned. And it's against the dress code too.
So just like
This was a
plain.
huge deal at my school.
Banned. Oh, my
so long.
dumbass. Yeah, because she said banned 3 times and I was like, oh, was that a typo? Look, I'm trying to focus on a whole bunch of things. Leave me alone, Felicity. Get off my back. Stop telling me I'm an idiot. I'm not an idiot, Felicity.
This was a huge deal at my school. Every kid was outraged. I don't know if it's the same nowadays, but back in my high school, graphic tees were the majority of
All these little Easter eggs, that's so cute. They're the cutie marks from My Little Pony. That's adorable. Yeah, so she said with pictures. That's anything. Right? Anything. So the only things you could wear were plain clothes, plain black, plain colored, whatever. Like you couldn't even wear like, I don't know, like a Tommy Hilfiger shirt or a Lacoste. It'd be like, oh, what's that? What's that I see? An alligator? Home. Now. Banned!
Heck, I had just bought a whole new wardrobe the previous year.
Oh God, yeah, that'd suck ass.
You're telling me I gotta go out and buy another one entirely?
Or just like paint over them.
The rule were school shirts like from clubs and sports teams.
Oh, well, that's favoritism.
So basically, if you had one graphic,
You're allowed pattern.
that's a big old no-no. But if the graphic was all
Yeah, that's insane.
perfectly
What? I mean, look, all I can say is I also want that shirt. That'd be great. You know, I see the one on the left. I'm like, yeah, that's all right. I'd still wear it. One on the right. Yeah. How many eyeballs do you want? All of them. Everyone's eyeballs are mine and they're on my shirt. Every time someone stares at my shirt, their eyeballs just get added to it.
Tastes like chicken.
Don't shrug. You've been here long enough. You know this is how I am.
All this meant was I wore a lot of black theater club shirts to the point where people were mistaking me for being goth. But there was one shirt I had that was my personal rebellion against the tyranny. On a trip to Disney World, I'd found a Grumpy shirt that
Is it, like,
legitimately
faint or
looked
something?
like a college debate team shirt. Grumpy State Debate.
Oh, that's so funny.
My Disney merchandise designers.
I wonder how long she got away with it.
Thanks for aiding the rebellion.
See, I just wonder how much they would nitpick this because I used to have a shirt that was just a plain black shirt, but then also in plain black text that was like a slightly different black text to the black of the shirt. It just said black shirt. Would that get me in trouble? I mean, yeah, it's text and it's not a pattern, but I don't know. Would they give a shit? Probably, apparently, according to this.
That shirt looks so much like a real college shirt that I wore it to school dozens of times, and not once did a teacher or staff member decide to look a little bit.
Did they not go like, oh, well, our school doesn't even have a debate team?
That wasn't the only time that I bent the dress code rules. When it came to backpacks, we had to have mesh or clear plastic so the adults could see what we were carrying.
Yeah, is that a...
Make sure no one's bringing any questionable items into school, like Game Boys.
Oh, is that... I feel cynical because I was like, oh, is that because of guns? Is that because of guns? You gotta have clear or mesh bags. I've never heard of that being a thing here. Clear or mesh bags only, so that they can see the contents. I think it's guns.
But for some reason, girls were still allowed to carry purses, because I could never fit my Game Boy in here. So what ended up happening is a lot of girls tried to work around the system with messenger bags. If they got caught, they could argue that it was a big purse. Sometimes they got away with it, and sometimes they didn't.
Damn, man, I feel like the rules need to be consistent so people know what they... I mean... I'm here, like, criticizing the systematic problems of private school, public schools. As though dress codes in and of themselves aren't kind of stupid, inherently. Obviously, you need to have guidelines, like someone can't just rock up with a shirt that's just got like a photo of their own balls on it.
This close, they always look like landscape. You're looking at balls.
You know what I mean? Policing like minutia is ridiculous.
I was one of these messenger bag rule benders. I had followed the backpack rule for 2 years.
The front pack.
My clear plastic backpack had broken, those things.
Yeah, I was gonna say, actually, I felt kind of silly for even thinking it, but I was like, I just feel like that wouldn't be super strong, like it would just fall apart pretty easily, and then she was immediately saying that they did, so that just sounds like ass, but now as I'm looking at this, there's a picture on the messenger bag. So, could you have picture or text on the bags, but not shirts? Or maybe that's what she's gonna talk about.
And I had found a denim messenger bag that I really, really liked and wanted to show.
It has a flower though. You're doomed.
Here's where having the reputation of the good kid comes in handy. Because the vice principal herself would stand at the busiest hallway between periods and nab any kid in violation of the dress code.
No, not sons.
Passed her in that hallway with my messenger bag completely in view, and she would turn a blind eye.
I'm very happy for her. Great, that's really cool. But also, that seems shitty. Seems like favoritism. Like, oh, you walking along with your little sun shirt. Fuck you. Come here. You can't spread happiness. No rays of sunshine allowed in this school. Take that off right now, or get out. Did you pack a change? No. Get the fuck out. Get out of here. Never come back. And then you see someone just violating it with a messenger bag, and you're just like, they're fine. See, they're nice. This other kid, bitch. Hate him. See, I'm saying all this like it's ridiculous, but also a lot of teachers are like this. People play favorites like this all the fucking time, bro. It happened a lot in my school. Also happened to me because I was a goddamn nerd, so people were like, oh, it's fine.
So you were the favorite.
I mean, I was like really young, so like the teachers just kind of didn't give a shit. Yeah.
You, take out that nose ring. You know they're not allowed. Oh, hello, Rebecca. You have a good day, sweetheart. Hey!
She should just rock up as a full goth. The outfit she showed before that people perceived her as, rock up. See what you can get away with. That's what I'd do. Is that wrong? That as soon as like this teacher goes, oh yeah, well, I'm just gonna let you get away with that. I'm like, what else can I get away with? Can I get away with a sun on my shirt? Imagine she wears a sun on her shirt. No, imagine she wore a sun on her bag, then walks past right after the dude gets grabbed for his sun shirt, wearing the exact same design, but on her bag. Test it, man. Limit test. You're never gonna know what you can achieve if you don't press. Right? That's good advice.
It pays to be the good kid. I say as I just finished listing off times I broke the rules. College is better.
But
College is pretty chill. I don't even know what the dress code was at my animation.
There wasn't any, what, surely. See, this is the craziest thing about all of this to me is you go to college, you go to university, and there just like is no dress code. I never even heard of someone getting pulled up for their dress code. I saw people walking around in like skimpy ass little cocktail dresses that no one ever pulled them up on. And you would think in college and university where you have to guide yourself, kind of teach yourself, take your own initiative, it might even be harder to, like you could justify, stupidly, but you could justify from the school, these people need to focus more, so we're gonna remove all distractions and put everyone in burlap sacks. But no, they don't, because they realize that people having autonomy is good. And I mean, I guess they're adults, but I don't get it. I don't get it, you know? Why am I getting so riled up? Doesn't even matter. I've been out of school for so fucking long. Trauma. It's all about the socks, Felicity.
I don't even know what the dress code was at my animation school. We all just wore hoodies because the computer labs were free.
Yeah, I keep pausing so often, but it's just a universal experience. It was for me, not just the computer labs, most rooms. I'm gonna ask you, because you're at uni now. Is the computer lab freezing?
Not really.
Immediately ruined my universal experience theory. That's fine. I'm just gonna subtitle it as you saying yes.
Yes.
I'm proven right yet again.
My computer lab is always really warm. Weirdly enough.
Oh, maybe the aircon's broken.
Yeah.
They pumped it too much. They spent all this time keeping it like a fridge. The aircon was like, how do I keep up with it?
Well, we did have these little things called full faculty critiques where you presented your progress to a room full of ex-Pixar, DreamWorks, and
Bro, that's horrifying.
Yeah, you were definitely encouraged to clean up for those. Maybe wear the good sweatpants.
That's terrifying. Although I guess if there was anyone that just was not gonna give much of a shit about how you dressed, it would probably be them, right? They probably dress the same. I mean, like half the time when I film videos, I'm wearing like sweatpants or like just like shorts, gym shorts. I'm like, oh, I'm presentable from here up, and then who gives a shit? Doesn't matter. I don't even shave my legs for videos half the time. It's just a people who work from home thing, right? So, you know, maybe the Pixar executives don't work from home. I don't know. They did at one point, surely, as artists, you know, they understand the sweatpants struggle.
These days, I am lucky because I could wear whatever I want.
That's what I'm saying.
I could be wearing something outrageous and embarrassing right this.
That's not outrageous and embarrassing. That's fantastic. If I had a Minion outfit like that, I would wear it all the time, both secretly and not. I'd just like do every video with them goggles on my head. And I was gonna like speak like a Minion, but I forget how they it's just nonsense.
Yeah.
But like, I don't even remember how they sound. Oh yeah, but they sound, it's like Simlish, you know? Like, yeah.
to
But-
have a Minion shirt. It was just a giant Minion face.
Like my emu?
Yeah, like that.
Or ostrich
But
or
it
whatever
was
this
a
is.
minion. But it wasn't even their head. Like, it was just the whole shirt was yellow. And then their eyes.
Oh, that's horrifying in all the best ways.
I was 10.
Why do you used to have it? You should still have it.
I was 10! It doesn't fit me anymore.
Have you grown much?
No, not really.
I could be wearing something outrageous and embarrassing right this second, and you would never know. Score 1 for the animators. Take that, vloggers. You and your daily uploads.
I mean, I was gonna be like, oh, well, you know, but I realized I'm not a vlogger, so. Am I? No. I don't know what, I mean, I was gonna be like, I don't know what I am. A fucking reaction channel, Matthew. Oh, crazy. Like, what happened? Did I just like start this video? I hit record and it just like deleted half my brain. Is that what happens?
Yeah.
All the time? Oh.
Figured it out. That's why you say dumb shit all the time.
Wow. Good to see that you're quite secure in your job.
Now, one last thing from Editor Becca here. Sorry if it sounds like I have a cold. It's because I do. If you remember way back in 2018, I said this. I want to be a ghost story. And a lot of you seem to share that sentiment. So the creator ain't guys and I made it a t-shirt.
Oh, that's so cute.
Hey, we made it glow in the dark for good measure.
What? What? That's dope. What an end to that video. They made I want to be a ghost story shirt that glows in the dark. That's dope. I need more. I was gonna say I need more glow in the dark shirts. I have 0. I guess 1 would still be more. I kind of want to buy one, just to glow in the dark.
Thank you so much for tuning in, but now I gotta tune out and go to bed. Bye.
What a video. That was somehow exactly what I expected, and not at all what I expected. I know that doesn't make sense, but on another level it does. So if you don't get it, sounds like a you problem. I do feel kind of vindicated though, because I've had so many thoughts and complaints about the dress codes at schools, but I've never really talked about it. It's a very weird thing to just suddenly bring up in conversation. Like I'm just chatting to people at a party. I'm like, let me tell you about the socks at my school. So this has kind of served as an outlet for all my negativity, and I feel great. I feel renewed, okay? And no longer will I hold on to my sock-related trauma, okay? I can finally move on. I can move on to holding on to all my other trauma about all these other things not related to clothes, or at least not related to dress codes. So thank you, Rebecca. You did that, and I appreciate you for it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I really appreciate you being here, as long as you have the appropriate length and color sock. That's it. If not, I don't appreciate you being here. Go change your socks right now, you filthy degenerate. I'll see you next time.